Hello everyone, welcome to my very simple tutorial of how to build your own VRCHAT world. So in order to do that, you would have first to log into your VRCHAT account, hit to download, and then click download the creator companion. Once it's downloaded, you're going to be able to view your projects from here, and then you're going to have to create a new project. Now for the first time, it's going to ask you to install the Unity editor. So you'd have to confirm the installation of it and then wait until it's done. And then once it's done, you're going to see the project template here. So what you'd have to do is basically create a new world project from here and name it, like, we're going to call it a tutorial project for now. And then click create project. Okay. Our project has been created. We have all the packages pre-installed now, and that's what we want. Just click open project. Okay, so now we can finally use the editor. So this is the scene. Oh, it's still compiling. You're gonna have to wait a little bit. Yeah, this is the VRChat scene. This is what VRChat gives us first. And what we'd have to do now is to navigate around. You can see we have the event system, we have the floor. This is where your avatar, or let's say the player, spawns in. We have the light. If you enable gizmos, you can see everything more precisely. And we have the VRC world and the main camera. So VRC world is basically where your player spawn in the world. So if you change it or move it around, it's gonna make the player spawn precisely where it's located. So for now, we kind of want it to be in the center. Let's zero things out. Alright, so I'm gonna make it very simple. I'm gonna just make cubes and blockhouse to show you how the creation works first. I'm gonna also include how the baked lighting works as well. So for now, we can just create an empty project, call it anything like walls, for instance, and then click 3D object, then cube. We'll just create a room. I'm gonna make it very, very simple. Oh, by the way, for duplicating things, just click Ctrl D. With this tool, you can adjust the scale of the cubes you have here. So we're gonna make it like this big, for instance, and then we're gonna duplicate it again. This one is gonna be like this, and the other one is gonna be like around this. Oh wait, this is not what I wanted. I think this is what I wanted. Now we do have to create a door, so I'm gonna have to adjust this one. Make another duplicate and put it back, and then move this one. This should do it, and the last thing would be a ceiling. So now we have a very simple room that we created using Unity cubes, as simple as that. So if we are gonna bake it, right, we're gonna have to make sure that everything here that we've added is set to static in case if we're gonna bake it. So what I usually do is I select them all and then click static here. So after we did this, I'm gonna show you how to bake everything, but we still need a light source. I'm gonna remove the directional light for now. Just turn it off. See, we now have no light, but I'm gonna just include a light inside the room itself. I'm gonna actually create multiple ones to give you a better look. And for now, I'm just gonna have to move this around. and change the color. Green, maybe purple. Now, if you look around here in the inspector, make sure that you set your rendering mode to baked. And from there select, it's up to you if you want shadows or not, but I prefer the shadows, of course. So now we have selected everything in the light properties. Gonna create a new game NP object and call it lights. And then select all these lights we've created and then put them inside of it. Okay, now so we do have to create another thing. So we would have to go back to light and then click on reflection probe. And from there we would have to adjust its scale as well. Now I would probably put it right in the center. Just to make sure everything is properly adjusted. Click box projection to make sure that everything is reflecting properly. Make sure it's a little bit bigger than the room itself. Now the use for the reflection probe is very simple. You kind of want to add it in every world you make, because if you want your walls, or let's say anything that is metallic, to look very shiny and reflective, you would have to actually use the reflection probe for it. Even the water, so if you have any water in the world, you'd still need to use it. And make sure that box projection is always enabled to have the best results. And you would still need, for VRCHAT, something called light probe group. So what I'm gonna do is edit this, move this up a little bit, duplicate it by clicking Ctrl D, and then adjusting them like this kind. I'm not gonna have too many of these because I kind of want the baking process to be a lot faster. Make sure to save every time you do something, so if Unity ends up crashing, you still have your progress. So we can finally get into the baking part. Head over Window and then click on Lighting. From here you can drag this into this tab so it stays there, and then we can create a new layer. You can call it new baking project or anything, it doesn't matter which name you want. And from here we can enable our GPU instead of our CPU because it's a lot faster. You can enable also ambient occlusion. You can increase the samples to 80. You can put this to auto, or if you want like better settings, you can always adjust it, but that's gonna be very subjective to your PC hardware. For now we can keep it into auto. I'm gonna put the light map compression size into 2K. And from there I can just click generate lighting. Okay, the lighting has been baked, and now we can see all the details around the edges. You can see there's like ambient occlusion on them, a tiny bit of it, and we can see all the colors has blended perfectly and very nicely. Now if we spawn a game object, or let's say a cube, we should be able to see how the light probes work. So I'm gonna bring the cube inside the room, and we can see it's matching the lights from all the sources we have here. So here's blending into the green part, and here it's blending into the purple, then reddish purple. So if we test this in Unity, we should be able to use VRChat's built-in client simulator and see how everything looks like. Everything looks very nice. We're able to move around. We're able to go inside, and we have the lights. Now let's say you want a mirror for your world. You can just search mirror. Let's build. Make sure you selected all here so it's always visible, and then drag it inside. I'm gonna put it here next to the wall. Then I'm gonna also adjust the scale. Always use these tools for scaling. I'm gonna make it a bit higher. And now we have a mirror in our world. Just remember, if you want a chair as well, you can search it up as chair. Then there's already a preset for it. And because you have imported the SDK and all that stuff, you can just adjust it here as well, the scale and the size. We can duplicate it multiple times. Now we have chair or chairs. Yeah, and that was about it. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching.